Hello there. So there's a couple more Bing chat prompts that I wanted to document. So I thought now is as good a time as any to upload these. These should be fairly straightforward, so I don't think this video will be very long. The first one was this. Now this is something loads of people have tried, which is this, write a 1,000-word essay on a subject. So what I wanted to try here is a sort of multi-factor question. So write a 1,000-word essay on popular culture in the UK in 1964. So really specific about the year, and see what would happen. Notice I'm not doing any preamble, what I think I referred to as priming. There's no other bits in here like, imagine you are an expert in popular culture in the 60s, that sort of thing. Because I was just curious as how far it would go if you just kept it simple like this. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to try it through the different conversation styles as well. But we'll start off with creative. So when I've tried this in the past, or what tends to happen is it just keeps on going. Now the trick is if it stops, when I say keeps on going, it'll keep going and then it'll just hold, waiting for something, and it'll ask you a question that doesn't always have the option of please continue. And you can see here, it's interesting, it's actually split here. So this is what I was talking about. So this time it is actually saying continue the essay. If you ever get that where you don't get the option to do continue the essay, just type in continue. It's good enough. That's true of anything where it runs over or stops and doesn't run over, should I say more accurately. So you can see how well it's doing with just that one line. Now, although it had 3 aspects in it, including how long it should be, it's generating a pretty elaborate answer here. So we're going to go continue. If it was going to carry on anymore, I was going to stop at this point. There we go. So we got our references as well. Of course, as you've seen before, if I was to copy from these boxes by clicking on the copy command here, then you will often get some references as well. There we go. So, 3.5 a box here, which I think it was going to stop and then it decided to carry on a bit further. So yeah, quirky little things like that. So as I said, let's try that again. It's the same question, but going up to more balanced and see what happens. Is he going to make it shorter? Is it going to use bullet points? So the previous one we saw, that was pretty close to the format that when I'd run it before I got. I'm finding that a lot more now as well. There's a bit more format consistency when you ask the same question over consecutive sessions in the same conversation style. Although the content may be slightly different. So let's move on to more precise. You saw there with the more balanced one, it was like a couple of paragraphs really. Nothing like the 1,000-word essay. And yeah, this is the sort of thing you tend to see when you go from that more conversational topic style. Yeah, so here it's you know, prompting for further things before it carries on. So tell me more about this, tell me more about that. As opposed to with the more balanced one, where we did get quite a lot of short stuff, the same sort of stuff. So let's just try it again, just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. I was expected to get a little bit more on this, even though I haven't run it in here before. Yeah. So again, it's asking you to, you know, propose other questions to let it carry on. And then if we go back to the more creative, just to prove that that wasn't a fluke. Notice the disclaimer. See, it proved me wrong here. It's this time around it didn't have quite the same formatting, so that's funny. Okay, so I should probably keep my mouth shut. But yeah, the time previously when I tried that, it did the same thing where it turned the format into headings for these ones. So a little bit shorter this one. So here's a good example to show you the continue, because you see it didn't ask me did I want to continue. So if I just say continue, it will continue. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, quite a bit shorter that one. So I'll take it back, the format is changing, that's funny. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show you, and I'll only do it for the creative, is this make me curious. I've sometimes seen come up, so I thought I was going to thought a good thing was to roll with this. So you go, make me curious. When I tried this the other night, it came up with about 4 or 5 facts. So I'm going to let it run. Oh, there's a bumblebee bat again. So it's saying, yes, tell me more about something. So I could say, yes, tell me more about dead skin cells being a main ingredient in household dust. But I'm going to go with the bumblebee bat. So I'm going to go with this. And then after this, I just ask it the same question over and over again, which I'll show you in a moment. So it's like a recursive question. And this is really good if you're one of these people who just likes to explore new topics at random. So we've got a little bit here. So you can see it's generally there's a yes, no and okay whenever you do this curious thing and go down one of them. So I'm going to just paste in this, which is what would be another good question to ask about this topic. So then I'm getting it to propose the question basically, and then I'm going to pick, again I could type in this sort of thing, but it's interesting to go with here, okay, adaptation, or you can say tell me about one of the other ones. So actually flip-flopping between what would be another good question to ask and the question that it proposes, or one of the questions. And you just keep going. And I found it's a really interesting way to sort of semi-randomly explore a new topic. And funnily enough, last night was about the bumblebee bat, which I'd never heard of before. So again, what would be another good question to ask about this topic? And what seems to happen is there is a little bit of variability between these, because it's proposing 5 at a time. The benefits of the bumblebee bat. And I picked that, so then I'm going to ask it again. Would be another good question to ask about this topic, and I just keep going and going and going until either you reach the point where it's just regurgitating the same thing, or you run out of goes in the prompt for this particular topic. Invariably it will keep going, and of course you can pick a different choice here of possible questions, so you can take it off all sorts of side roads. So there we have it. There was a couple of ideas I wanted to document. The first one was the write 1,000-word essay on popular culture in the UK in 1964, and of course you can do that with any subject in any country in any year and see what you get. And the other one was the use of initially the make me curious question, and then as a result flip-flopping between picking one of the questions it proposes and then asking the follow-up, what would be another good question to ask about this topic, and then you just keep switching backwards and forwards. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in the next video.